Yo guys, welcome back to another video. So in this episode I will be starting animations. I feel like that is the next place to go. Let's get our character fully complete before moving on to anything else. So to add animations, it's actually very simple. What you want to do is go to the window section, animation, and then press on animation, and that will bring up this tab that I've already got open. So next thing you want to do, press on your player and press create. So I like to sort all my stuff out into folders, so I'm going to name this one animations. Go into that one, and first thing we need to do is make a player idle animation. Okay. So what we actually do is in the animation section, make sure we press on our player animation, and what we need to get all these sprites that we're going to put into there, and at different intervals you need to place sorry, the animations, and then say that one there. So you need to make sure it loops back around. So if we move this over back down here, sorry, and then go in here and we press play, you see it animates. And so what we could do is we could stretch this out, say to a whole second for one animation. So like that. So you can basically choose your speed you want. I'm going to go with 40 milliseconds. I think that's a good speed. So that's the idle animation. So the next thing we want to do will be jumping. So what we need to press on this bit, create new clip, player jumping animation, and we just do the same thing. So jump 0 there, jump 1, say at 20, and jump 2 at 40. So as you see, that works. And we just do this for all the different animations that you need. So next one we need is running. And in exactly the same way as before, we just place everything in. Maybe just redo that one because it didn't come out as how I'd hoped it would. That one, that one, that one, and then this one. And then yes, this one needs to loop back. So we just need to put this at the end again, like that. And it makes it look a lot better. So now that those animations are complete and created, we need a way to be able to call the animations and start the animations. So go into Window, Animation, and you need the Animator. So as I said, I've already got it all open. So your entry one, you will want to go to your idle, so that's just going to be the default state. From here, if you right click on one of them, press make transition, and then drag it to the one you want. Okay, so we want one to each and then one back as well. Like that. Okay, next thing we do is we come over here. You'll have either layers or parameters. We want parameters. We need to make a new ball called jumping, and then a ball called running, like that. Okay, then if we press on these transitions, you can see that we can add a condition. So if we want to go from player idle to player running, we want the condition running to be true. And then if we want to go backwards, same thing, but running as false. And then jumping true, and then jumping false. So I also like to turn off exit time for all of them, and transition duration down to 0. There we go. And that is all the player animations sorted. So next what we do is we go into our controller, and we now need to add a public animator, animator, yep, and then player animation. Okay, save that. Now if we come back into Unity, press on our player, on our controller we can drag in our animator, like that. So what we can do as well is we can create two functions called public void movement, like that, and then we can copy all of that code that we've made into there, and another one, public void jumping. Sorry, my G key is actually broken, so I do need to get a new one, a new keyboard. Then in the void update function, we call movement like that, and jumping like that. And then in this, we can do if rb.velocity does not equal 0, sorry, I've set that wrong. So horizontal input does not equal 0. If horizontal input does not equal 0, that means that we are running. So what we will do is we will do player animation dot set ball, and then you want to make sure that you get everything, or all the spellings completely correct. So it's just lowercase running. You can just copy and paste it by double clicking. Running, and then comma, set that to true. And then in a separate else, copy that line and set this to false. And then we can do exactly the same thing with jumping. So where we get input.get button down, we don't need to check for any values. So what we can do straight away is player animation dot set ball, and again just make sure it's all spelled correctly, jumping as true. And then what we can do on collision enter instead, we can do jumping is false, like that. So now if we go back into Unity, press play, you'll see we have an idle animation, a running animation, and a jumping animation. Perfect. With the jumping animation, however, you'll notice if you as you jump, it sort of loops. If you don't want that to loop, just press onto this one and turn off loop time. So I'll show you what that does. You notice as you get into the air, you sort of just stop, your animation stops. It doesn't repeat over and over. And that is actually it for player animations. I hope you guys enjoyed. Animations basically, if you're using a sprite sheet, will be the same for everything you try to animate. there are different ways you can animate. That's by moving different parts of a player, moving their positions. There's loads of different ways. I recommend looking up different tutorials and how to do that. I may even cover it at one point in these tutorials. But yeah, have a little play around with it, see what you guys can do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and good luck making your game. Tune in a couple of days for the next part where I'll probably introduce enemies. See you.